to church or nothing. You don't read the Bible or nothing, do you? The Disney thing, too. I figured. What about you?
No, I was raised in church, but I don't anymore.
So I know he still goes, right? So we might have to do a Bible study.
Are you in this Bible study?
Yeah.
God help us all.
No, now, nigga, you just started. How you gonna say some shit like that?
Because of who you are. Because of who you are.
Well, changing things up a little bit on this episode of Mack and Augustus, because it seems that we need room to vent a little bit. Erik?
Damn, you started out hot.
I mean, do I need to vent? You asked if we had questions. I brought up. All right, so because this is like very free form, you know what I mean? It's not structured.
No, right.
So, he was like, yo, what's going on? Anything you want to talk about? So I mentioned I recently had an interview at work for like a new position. And the first question I was asked was like, why here? Like, why choose this establishment? And I was like,
How long have you been at your job?
I've already been there 10 years. So I'm like, what do you mean, why here? I'm not choosing here. Like, I'm already here. So you're in the interview, so you got to give an answer. But I'm saying, like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I had to sit here and give you a straight answer when you give me some shit like that. Like, what are we assessing here? What are we really talking about?
So why would you be here for 10 years? Like,
Exactly. I'm here for a fucking check. The same reason you're here. But like, we can never say that shit in the interview.
I really hope he doesn't watch this shit.
I mean, I barely use my social media. Like, you got the dig for it. And they got my government name on it.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah,
That's a dumb question, though.
thank you.
It's a dumb question, especially considering that
I'm already here.
you've already there
right.
at the place of
For a
employment.
dime.
Like, you're going for a promotion. So, like, why here? It's like, why do you want a promotion here where you're working?
That's an off the street question.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like, why are any of us here? We're all here because we need a check, right? It's not your dream to wake up and come here and see me every day. You're here for a check. Like, why do we have to bullshit each other?
I think they just came up with like
For interview sake.
It's the
It's
standard
a
question.
standard. Just like when I've had interviews, they've asked you, like, I went for promotion before my job, and they'll ask you questions like they got out of something off of Google instead of just coming up with some actual questions relatable to the specific purpose of this interview. They'll just come up with they'll go to Google and grab some generic questions regarding that subject. So, what do you like about IT? I'm in Walmart. It's nothing IT about this. Customer service.
Right. So what's the point of interviews? Like, what do you really gain out of an interview?
So,
Like, because nobody's honest.
so
You're not telling me how you really feel.
Well,
I mean, yeah, you can gauge whether I'm like the kind of person that'll show up every day. Granted, but nobody's being honest.
That's all
about,
there is.
Or you can
that's
just
all there
check
is there.
the records since
Right,
you worked there already.
But as far as like that question in particular, it's generally a disqualifier than one that they use to actually qualify people. Like, they look for somebody to give like dumbass bullshit answers. They're like, yeah, no, we don't want this dude here. Like, why they asked you that question, I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense for them to ask you that question.
Okay.
But generally, that's not one of them disqualifying questions. Like, why do you want to work here?
Because you already
Right.
work here.
But I don't know why they asked you that question. That didn't make sense. But
Okay, I didn't think so either. I just wanted to double
Like,
check.
were the real interviewers on vacation? Like, these
No, these are the people that interview to hire for my department. So they do this.
you should ask them why they are there. Like,
Why are y'all here?
Well, I mean, to be honest, and I think the reason why, because when I've interviewed for promotions,
hey, Jamal, turn that mic a little bit more towards you. There you go.
Perfect.
thank you. The reason why I think they ask you questions is because I really believe the administration doesn't know you. And I generally believe they want to get to know the person that is going for it. I mean, they know you've been there, they've seen you, but they don't know you. Like,
That doesn't make that less of a dumb question.
I'm not saying the question is smart. I'm not saying the question is smart, but in general, he said, why do they interview?
So, yeah, he did ask, like, what's the importance of it?
The interviews are important.
And I said it's to get to know you.
That question.
No, but even for promotions, is for them to get to know you. Yeah, you may talk and, y'all may like have like short, little small conversation about something serious.
Small talk.
Nothing serious, but to get to know you, to see where you're at, because you've been here for 10 years, but I don't know if you've been a bullshitter for 10 years or you actually are contributing for 10 years. So
I actually, but the way that I've handled interviews, when I've had to interview people, regardless of whether or not they've been there or they're new to the company, the first thing I do is I just try and just have a general conversation with someone. Good, because that gives me a sense of them as a person. Can they have a conversation? You know what I mean? It gives you at least an idea of their intellect, what they're thinking of, how they're thinking, and then you kind of like sprinkle in questions about maybe that pertain to the job or the role or something like that. But honestly, to me, that's as far as to the importance of interviews. Why do we interview? That's what you're trying to. I'm trying to gauge, and you never get a true gauge. You don't get a true gauge until you actually hire the person.
Right.
But you can maybe get a sense of whether or not this is somebody I think might fit in well with the environment that we have established here.
But I can get why you would ask the question, because sometimes places they quote unquote do interviews so they can check that box. Like they already know who they're going to hire, who they're not going to hire, but they just need to say that they interviewed for a position.
Right.
So
then they automatically disqualify anyone.
Right. But a lot of times they'll just go through the motions of like, we already have a person for this job, but we need to be able to legitimately say we interview folk.
I think they can legitimately say we interviewed you without asking a nigga that's been here 2
I mean,
years.
that's not excusing that question, because again, you could skip that. They could have skipped that question.
I thought also.
Come on.
Yeah, they could have skipped.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me.
No, that's not. You could skip. They definitely could have skipped that question.
They gave you an answer. Did they do one of those head nods?
Did they follow up with?
Wait, what was your answer?
Pretty much like, I'm already here. I love it here. This is where I want to be. So I'm continuing to choose to be here. I'm not looking for opportunities anywhere else. Like, here is where I want to be. I choose here. I love it here. I want to be here.
They the fuck around. I'll be like, since I've been here 10 years. Kind of figured I'd stay a little longer. Dumbass question.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's that's all I got, I just be grinding, man.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And keep on grinding.
That's all I can do. Yes.
Any other venting, fellas?
No. To be honest with you, this week has been very interesting. It's a learning experience for myself. My promotion.
Oh, that's right. You got a promotion. I got a to ask about. Yeah.
So it's funny that now I'm getting older, so now it's like I'm pausing before I start responding now, I think. I think when I was younger, it was just like
more impulsive,
more emotional. And now that people are now like, when they found out I was promoted, they're like, "Oh, great!" And it started to hit me like, all these niggas is about to be under me during the shift, and I'm just starting to. It just makes me think about the job title, the job requirements, what the responsibility is, what my role is, what can I do to show that I'm a good leader, not just to the administration, but to the team that I work with, and helping them just to get out of these hours. I mean, they may not, this might be their dream, this and the third, but for me, I need you to leave the same way you came. So if you came with 2 arms and 2 legs and all the limbs and toes, I need you to leave the same way. I don't want nothing happen to anyone on my watch. So it's like, this is like the second time I've become a supervisor, and the first time it was the same way, but it was a smaller team. But now that I'm part of something that is as massive as my job, it makes you think a lot more. So now I step back and I think about processes and, angles, and how I think about what we're going to deal with, who I deal with, how I deal, what to say to them, what not to say, and try to be more intellectual instead of emotional. So I think right now that's what I've been. This week has taught me to do this.
So, if by chance,
Mm-hmm.
with this new way of thinking,
Oh boy,
you
when he starts to smile, sorry, that's the follow. Look at it.
you happen to see Main Man again coming down the hall, face down into his phone, would you then move over, make a let him know somebody's coming, in your new line of thinking?
In your new position on the job.
How would this be handled this time, as opposed to
More like an
a tackle?
This probably would be more of an excuse me, sir.
You call him sir.
Yeah, excuse me, doctor.
Oh, that's a big change.
That's a.
I didn't know it was gonna go that far. I thought you would just move over. Like,
No,
you could just move over.
no, because the thing about
Is it a small hallway? Are you not able to get out of the way?
no, it's not small.
But then you don't actually have to say anything. You could just move.
But the thing about it is,
That is one option.
but
I'm choosing to use my words.
That's different.
But the reason why I'm deciding to do that is because I'm trying to be more inclusive instead of exclusive.
Okay.
In security, everybody is a part of the security team. Even if you're not technically in the security department, you see something, you say something. And I want people to feel comfortable to know that they see me.
So you
tell me.
So you want the man that you almost killed. So next time he see you not run, you want him to say
I
something.
have not.
What if something is about you?
I have not tried to kill anyone. First of all, second of all, I'm trying to be more mature about it. I'm working on it.
I appreciate that.
That's a good shift.
So
Good job.
and I've prayed on it. I've asked God for a lot of guidance during this process. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to be better leader, not just for them, but for my children, to see me differently as opposed to some hothead.
Yeah.
So
That's what's up.
So
I'm proud of you.
I'm trying to grow.
So are you praying to run into him in the hallway again so you can handle it with your new growth and attitude of maturity?
And if you
So that way, you just like, oh, I want to see him in the hallway again. So that way this time I can be like, excuse me, doc,
No.
or whatever. I don't know. You bouncing off your chest again.
You have to be careful what you pray for because
So I know I've prayed
you will
for.
get tested in those areas.
So I haven't prayed for it to be easier, but I've prayed to help me become smarter and stronger to handle whatever presents its way. I've come to understand that I don't really pray for things, but to make me better, to appreciate the things that are presented to me in whatever fashion they are, good or bad, opportunity or an investment, however you look at it. So I prayed to make me better and become closer to God and be better for my example for my children going forward. That's good.
all right.
That's what I've been doing.
Very good.
So I haven't been reading the Bible.
You haven't been?
I say I had never.
Oh, I'm like, that goes against everything. You have on
It lines up.
Like, so did you just start?
Yes. To be very honest with you, I've been very intimidated by the Bible because I only have ever read the King James version. King James. I corrected it. But reading it,
King Arthur never wrote a Bible.
no,
We got you.
but King James. But in reading it, I am always spun around.
You're choosing to read King James?
What version you
We
read?
have other versions.
So I have been looking on Amazon to get the begin, like the simplistic version of it. So more like a layman's term version.
Like NIV?
So I mean, I guess
NLT?
I guess that's a little
Because
version. I'm sorry, I don't know.
There's a few of them.
Right, because I don't know the different versions.
We should take a trip to the
Oh goodness,
to
the
the bookstore.
Do they have any bookstores?
Yeah.
Or
Is this
Yeah.
no? But no, I've like
It's on Disney Bible.
That's your family.
dig it. Why you need one with pictures?
I'm just asking.
This is
It is.
I'm just putting it out there.
Last time I couldn't comprehend. Now I need a Disney Bible.
I didn't say you needed a Disney Bible. All I said was that there is a Disney Bible. I did not say that's what you need.
I'm trying to become a better person. So yeah, I'm looking at a different version of it so I can understand it better. Because the one thing I never understood was the Bible.
So you reading it on a regular basis?
Trying to, yes.
Yeah. What are you using? Like, are you following like a plan, or you just like randomly choosing stuff? Like,
So I figure I just go from page 1 and just work my way.
so you just
through.
reading straight through?
Yeah, just work my way through.
You don't go to church and then you don't read the Bible and then, do you? The Disney thing, I figured. What about you?
No, I was raised in church, but I don't read more.
So I know he still goes, right? So we might have to like do a Bible study.
Are you in this Bible study?
Yeah.
May God help us all.
No, now,
Nigga, you just started. How you gonna say some shit like that?
Because of who you are. Because of who you are.
No, seriously.
Okay.
Seriously. Just for understanding purposes. I'm not saying I understand everything, but just for you to not be doing it by yourself.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Point.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but
yeah, we can do that.
yeah, I'm working, just trying to get a little better. My kids love God. They love church. But they love everything.
Now, I will say that reading it from beginning to end
It's gonna be
is a bit of a daunting
It's a doozy, guys.
task to do.
Yeah,
It's
66.
a bit of a daunting task to do.
It's
And counterintuitively, it doesn't make it any easier to understand.
at all.
So it's not, so let me ask you, because I don't know this, and you are a person that knows the Bible way better than I do. It is not a story that has a beginning and end?
No.
No, there are stories.
There are stories
that have beginning. Like
Right,
there are
yeah.
stories within the story, but there's not
I mean,
And it
open-
does go in chronological order.
to an extent, like Leonard said, there is
doesn't necessarily read
so-
in the way that you are
Right.
expecting it to read.
Yeah.
so you can read it from from Genesis to the end.
Revelation.
Yes, I know. From you can probably get.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You would
Yeah.
like you were stumbling at it.
Just the second stuff. They only need a glimmer of it. Say like, yeah, I know. And you
I know. I guess I know. It's no longer. I know.
They
It's
are
no longer-
ready.
Clearly, you can read it from Genesis to Revelation, and
Better than us.
it could read like a story, but it's a little bit easier to understand if you read it a little bit differently.
How so?
So there are a couple of ways that you can go about it, reading it topically,
Okay.
which will it'll cause you to jump around a little bit,
Good.
but it'll make some concepts easier to understand.
Okay.
Because while again it has some sequential, some chronological order to it, there's a lot of things in the Bible that kind of relate back and forth to each other.
Copy that.
So reading it topically makes it a little bit easier to understand some of those concepts.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another way to do it is to kind of choose a book or a person to follow a plan to read about.
Okay.
So that makes it a little bit easier to understand too. Again, a lot of people say, I just want to read the whole Bible, which is admirable,
Right.
but it doesn't make it easier to understand. It will actually raise a lot more questions for you because reading it that way, some of the connections get lost.
Copy that. In each book of the 66.
You could download the app and do a Bible plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it kind of gives you a starting point and different.
Because I was always thinking like the Bible is like any other book, like when I read The Art of War, beginning and end.
Mm.
Thinking like, okay, it will start from however the beginning starts, and we'll go into a certain end before whatever.
If you're reading to get through it, sure.
Yeah. But if you're reading
to
to understand,
understand is a little different.
Okay.
because like for instance, I just finished a plan called Flawed but Faithful.
Okay.
And it basically went through the Bible with a study of different characters in the Bible who did not necessarily live up to the standard,
Mm-hmm.
but God still found a way to use them.
Okay.
So again, it gives you a deeper understanding of how that works.
Okay.
And it just like I said, it wasn't like reading from beginning, and it kind of jumped around to different people in the Bible.
Okay. Okay. I've just started thinking about that.
What does reading the Bible offer the two of you? Like, what does it?
I mean, understanding depending on what you're reading for.
Okay, but I mean, but
No, that's
what are you reading it for?
well, nothing right now. But I'm saying in general, if I'm reading for a topic, like at one point when I was servant leader over a ministry, I was reading on the lessons we were teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm reading to understand so that I can teach it to a kid. So it depends on why I'm reading it.
Do you still read?
Not as often. Not since COVID.
Because
I haven't been physically in church since COVID.
I mean, but
So
Yeah,
I-
but they're not interrelated,
no, but I haven't, because that was when I was doing it the most. And being outside of it, I'll watch and stuff like that, but I haven't really cracked the book.
Okay.
No, I've done a few app lessons, but nothing like I used to.
Do you feel do you feel the loss, the miss of it?
Which part?
Of
Being in
whatever.
church?
Well, yeah, but I was thinking more specifically about the Bible. Whatever.
It again, for me, it depends on why I would, like, if I'm talking about it and it's something that I understand, it's like that, I probably should read that. But in general, no.
Okay. So in general, you feel like you've read it, you've done lessons, you're pretty good on.
No. It's not even a topic. Like, it's not a thing that I'm like, need to brush up on this. Like, it doesn't even come up really. It just depends on how I feel at the moment. If I feel like I should read something more, I should start a lesson, then I'll do it.
Okay.
If not, then you know,
How often does that need arise? Monthly, weekly,
it would be
quarterly,
monthly. It's not often.
maybe a monthly kind of.
It would be more if I was still physically going and I was apart doing something. Then it would probably be more then. But as of now, no, it's not like it used to be. So,
Well, churches reopened. Why have you chosen not to return to?
well, one, COVID, just because it's open don't mean safe.
Okay.
Two, I had a kid. I wasn't taking a new kid there. And I'm also not driving to church to sit in the back and watch on the TV because I can do that at home. And now it's a matter of whether he's going to be able to sit through it now. Like, once I feel like because now, depending on what Sunday it is, I'll try to have him watch it with me and see how long he can sit there.
Okay.
So now it's kind of just a grooming to let him know what it is and stuff like that. But I'm not going all the way out there to sit in the back and watch TV. So that's really what it is. COVID and then a kid. So it's like I'm not driving all the way out there, fighting for parking, then sitting in the back and watching TV. And now it takes me 30 minutes to get out the parking lot to go back home. No, not doing it.
Makes sense.
So yeah.
Well, to answer your question, one for me is a couple of reasons for me. One, I generally start my day. Like I said, I'm generally reading through a plan or two at a time, and I generally start my day that way because one, it kind of centers me. Two, I've generally here recently just been choosing plans of some concepts that I just want a deeper understanding of. One, two, as a minister, it's apropos to keep myself in the Word so that I can hear from the Lord when I need to. In those moments when it's time for me to preach, or if I need to talk to somebody, that type of thing. I can't preach about and talk about stuff that I don't know about, that I'm not deeply familiar with. And some other things, like, again, I have an 8-year-old who is growing in her faith, and I need to be able to, like I need to be able to talk to her about it, explain stuff to her that she doesn't understand, be able to answer questions for her when she has those type of things. So multifaceted reasons, but primarily just to keep myself grounded in the Word in general. It just kind of helps me get through my daily walk. To Hakeem's point about going back to church, things have changed since COVID. A lot of people have opted not to come back.
Yeah.
A lot of people have opted not to come back because of that. A lot of churches have had to shift. My church, for example, prior to COVID, we didn't have streaming at all.
Y'all weren't online?
No, we weren't online at all prior to COVID.
Oh, wow.
But COVID forced us to make that shift. We stream every Sunday now. And of course, that required other adjustments to, how services run and that type of thing, how long service is, all that type of stuff. So, but a lot of churches did not survive COVID because of that. Because they
couldn't make the pivot.
Because they couldn't make that pivot. They didn't have infrastructure. They didn't have the technology. Didn't have the
know-how,
the know-how, or the personnel.
Yeah, the manpower. Yeah.
Or in order to make that shift. So a lot of church has become different in that aspect. People have started to come back, but for the most part, you have to make sure that your service is amenable to both aspects of it now. Like for the people that are in person and for the people that are joining online, because now, people can go elsewhere. And with that option, a lot of people don't do church on Sunday. Like I made this like my week may be so busy that I can't do church until Wednesday afternoon, and I can kind of go and look and see
watch
what's
it, watch back.
watch back and that type of thing. Like I can't go on Sunday because I'm working or what have you, but I can go back like later on in the week and check it out. So that pivot has been necessary. A lot of people have opted not to come back for whatever reason. A lot of it is that, like you say, even though folks stuff is open, that doesn't mean it's necessarily
Yeah, had he not had a kid, I probably would have been
right
back.
that that level of comfortability. Like people, a lot of people are still not to the point where they're comfortable enough to be around that many people at one time. Especially, and it's been helpful in a way as well, because like for instance, my church, we have a very large elderly population, and having been able to make that shift to being online it's made church a lot more accessible for them. Yeah. So
Can y'all collect tithes differently, like online, like do like?
yeah, so we do it in person, but you can also give online as well. You can also give online, but those are shifts that churches had to make in order to survive.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of churches didn't survive because they could not, or would not
Make the shift.
make that shift. Because some folk just opted not to. Like, we don't have to, we shouldn't have to. And
Do you do lessons with the baby?
I don't do lessons with her. But we talk about faith and her walk and that type of stuff a lot. It's generally a lot of times it's situational. Like when things come up, we have those conversations. But I don't do lessons in particular with her now.
Okay.
It's generally more topical or situational.
Okay. Because I'm at some point I want to start lessons.
Okay.
Right now it's more relationship wise.
Right.
Letting him know he's there, learning to talk to him. Because I didn't grow up in church, so that whole churchy thing, never my thing. Like I want him to talk to him as if he's sitting right there.
Right.
We have a conversation with him. Like I'm not a fan of the whole extra ways to go about it.
Okay.
So
Like you got to go through church to get to God.
Right.
Yeah, I want him to have a relationship with God.
Right. And that's
just talk.
And that's generally where it is. Like, but there's things we do. We pray on a regular basis. Like we pray every morning, before we get our day started, and kind of we pray a day after, like in the evening before we go to bed.
Okay.
Like we do that. Those things, and again, we have constant conversations about that relationship.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And like she does when at church, they have children's church on first and second Sundays. So they do like structured lessons. Then the other Sundays she sits in regular service, and we have conversations. She always has questions. So no,
which is why you keep up on.
Yeah, right. So, can a good man be a bad guy, or can a bad guy be a good man? A good dude. So. It is possible for someone who is a good person to make bad decisions.
Okay, but that's anybody,
right? But that's what
you're all anybody. That's all about.
Okay, but you can be a good person and make bad decisions.
You can also be a bad person and make good
decisions.
Yeah. So, but
is the question: will you be viewed as a good person?
Right.
Probably not.
But depending on the bad decisions.
Depending on who you're dealing with.
Right. It depends on a couple of things. It depends on who's doing the viewing. One. Depends on who's being viewed. Because that question ultimately falls on to how the people who are viewing you feel about you in general. Because if you as a quote unquote good person have done some bad things, those people who are looking at you, if they feel as though you are a redemptive person, then yeah, they'll see it that way. But if they feel as though you have no redeeming qualities, then they'll be like, no.
It's all about how you interpret the person. We may, jokingly, we all love Hakeem, but he may do something that you may not agree with, but I can forgive him for, but you won't. So it's all about how you view the person. I mean, for example, I'm a huge fan of John Bones Jones, who's an excellent UFC fighter. But in person, in outside the cage, he's done some awful things. Awful thing.
So would you consider him a good man?
No, he's a bad person and made good decisions because of the things he's done. Like he crashed into a pregnant woman and ran off.
Okay.
Like there are certain things that he's done. He got high before a fight that was like a multi-million-dollar fight that jeopardized it for so many people that invested into it, time-wise, financially, whatever. Even the team that helped him get ready for the fight. So there are a lot of awful decisions that he's made. So a lot of people have forgiven him for those decisions. And he has tried to become better, to become considered a good man. But to be very honest, when he was going through this transition in his fight career, he has said, I'm a bad guy that makes some good decisions. I'm a bad guy. And I take that with me. That's one of my motivations of being in the octagon, to fight, because I know I'm willing to hurt somebody and go through the lengths to do whatever to win. But he's also taken that outside of the octagon.
So being a fighter is channeling it in a constructive way.
Yeah, the good thing was it helped him become a successful fighter. The bad thing is that a lot of the excess or the negative aspect of getting ready for that trickled outside of that. He had a lot of issues, like subconscious, like internally. One thing he had was, he said he used to get high a week before the fight. Blistered, as he called it. And his rationale was, if he lost a fight, he could say, well, it's because I got high the week before. So that was one of his weird things he used to do. Bad decision. But he did it, he said, before every fight.
So, like I said, so I think a part of it, like to your point, I think another part of that is, who is it that you're trying to be as a person? When you ask that, who's that person trying to be? Like, are you trying? Are you trying at least trying to put forth the effort of living a quote unquote good life?
Mm-hmm.
So, because it's funny, it's funny that this happened to be part of my sermon today. That
Oh, that's right. People may not, who listen to Mack Augustus, may not realize that you are a,
here we go, pastor. No, I'm not. I'm a minister.
You're a minister.
Yes. So,
you're not a pastor.
no, I am not.
You're a minister.
Yes.
So you're not a preacher.
No, I am a preacher.
You're a preacher, but not a pastor.
Yes.
So what's the difference between a preacher, minister, and a pastor?
So
You're a reverend.
So no, I'm
a reverend is a pastor.
So a minister is someone who has been licensed to preach the gospel.
To preach the gospel.
Yes. You can be a reverend and not a pastor. Being a reverend is basically you've gone to school to and have become ordained to be you've been ordained to become a reverend. You can be a reverend and not a pastor. A pastor is the person who is actually basically in charge of running of being the head over the church.
Okay. So a minister is licensed.
Yes.
A reverend is ordained.
Yes.
And a pastor is head of a church.
Yes.
He ain't none of those.
But I am a minister.
You're a minister.
You're a minister.
And that's
you're licensed.
Yes.
You're licensed, but you don't have a church, so that's why you're not a pastor.
Right.
Okay. And you're
so he's a rolling minister. Wherever he lays his Bible in his home.
Is that what you are? You're rolling now. It's not a rolling video. It's Davis. See that? Wow. Yo, I don't. You talking about me making up words?
Oh, you a rolling minister.
Go from church to church.
Church is out here.
No, I am not.
Congregation of congregation. Amen.
Oh, loose ass.
Sir saying, man,
Live out here. He's giving the word away to anybody. What you doing?
who need a blessing? Y'all step right up. That minister like, hey, I do have a home church.
Like,
You lay hands?
no.
You don't lay hands? Ministers can't lay hands?
These ministers can't lay in yet.
That's not what he meant. Take the palm and lay it and smack it down it. That's not what he meant. Not what he meant. I can. Yes.
You can lay hands.
Yes.
So you do lay hands.
I not.
He has been asked.
I have not been hands.
Oh, you're looking to lay hands.
No, I'm not looking to. I'm not looking to lay hands.
There's a lot of questions.
That's not necessarily how that. That's not necessarily how that works. That was practice. That's not necessarily how that works, but no.
Okay.
But anyway, like get back to the point. That was actually part of my sermon today about the fact that as you are striving to live out your purpose, there can be times when you fall short of that expectation or that standard. And there are people who will try to hold that against you, that will even try to say that because you have fallen short, that you are no longer qualified to have access to that purpose. But if you are honestly striving to live out that purpose that God has set for you, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all human.
Yes.
We're all human. You know, the Bible said all that fallen short of the glory of God. And so there are going to be times when you may not necessarily get it right. And again, it becomes like, ultimately it's that becomes between you and God, basically, because people are going to judge you however it is they see fit, generally from their own position of weakness.
Position of
weakness?
Yes. Insofar as we all have things in which we feel as though that we have not living up to those standards. We have set standards for other people that how we feel as though they should be, the person that they should be. I noted in my sermon a lot of times we cannot allow how other people choose to interpret us to be how we define ourselves.
Okay.
Because people will put their own spin on who they think you should be, generally based on their own concept of self.
Okay, but you said like,
But when I say weakness, I'm not saying that the people are weak. That's not what I meant.
So like if I'm coming from a broke place,
yes,
I'm always looking at you from a lens of like how much money you have.
Right.
Misery loves company.
Not so much. Not so much the idea that misery loves company, but the fact the whole idea of
meaning your issue is not my issue, and you shouldn't have that issue.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You look confused.
No, I was listening to you.
You did look confused. You look really confused.
No, I was listening.
It's like the question's too ambiguous.
Okay. Want to rephrase?
I mean, I don't know, because like just like you were saying, everybody's going to judge you per their own, POV based on where they're at.
Right.
Like that's how they're going to look at you, but that's also the definitions of like bad and good. So, like, case in point, since we're already getting political, is it a bad thing to not have so many illegals in the country?
We were trying to.
Is it a good thing to prevent, like, criminals from coming in the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a good thing to help people that need help and come to you seeking asylum? Like, all those things can be yes or no all across the spectrum, but which are good or bad? You know what I mean? Like, how does it affect the person you're denying or allowing to come in versus the person that's already here and wants you here or doesn't? You know what I mean? Like, everything is both good and bad.
So yes, a bad person can do good things, and a good person can make bad decisions.
Yes,
but I don't think that was his question.
Yeah, my question is basically, maybe this gets to part of what Calvin was saying, is that I can look at Jamal, judge him as much as I know from him, his faults, his crookeds, his straights, and everything like that, and land on Jamal's a good man. But someone else may look at Jamal and look at that same ledger.
Mm-hmm.
Right, be like, he bumping into people. He don't like dudes that don't wear socks. He got a problem with this, that, and the third. He's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. If he's walking down the street, he won't move for a person. He's a bad G.
That's why I say.
It's based on your experience with the person.
That's why I
So
say
I could go out and kill 5 people, and then come in here and buy all y'all lunch, and y'all would think I'm a good dude because y'all don't know what I did. But the person's family who I did, they would look at me as a bad guy.
Yes, but
It depends on the person.
But if you came in here and bought us all lunch, and we knew that you killed five people, regardless of our friendship, I can't say that I would say that
if you knew I killed 5 people, you would let me buy you lunch? You would let me sit down here with you?
Now, if we're being honest, based on the relationship, our first question will probably be, why you killing 5 people?
Or why you let this nigga in the house? Because
No,
Yes. Yes. What if you out just killing people?
You mean if we don't know you, it's like day one?
If he know, because he said he changed it to say if I knew you though. Okay, so if you know I'm just out here killing people, if I knew you were out here killing people, I would not invite 3 other people to be in here with you, because I might not know what's triggering your fucking ass. So you might kill these niggas. I wouldn't put them in jeopardy. Like I know I'm safe with you to a degree,
But
but I wouldn't bring
But you would
more
still,
people.
you would still sit down with him.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if that's the case, based on his example, I wouldn't bring other people into it, because y'all might be. He might fuck around and kill y'all on the way out.
Okay, but the example that I was saying, I think I see what you're saying, but I think you're jumping the gun a little bit. Basically, what I'm saying is that you said, if I may have killed 5 people, and those people and the family that of the people that I killed, they might see
They're gonna view me as
I'm a
terrible
bad
person.
dude.
Right.
I come in here, I buy y'all lunch.
Right.
Y'all see me as a good dude.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, you come in here, buy us lunch. Yeah, Hakeem's a good dude. But then I learned that Hakeem has killed 5 people.
Then you're a bad dude that did something nice.
Okay, but the thing is, you are a bad dude
to me.
Well, that's
because now I know.
But that's what I'm asking.
But that's why I started with. It depends on the person, which is what he said earlier. It depends on the person that you're asking.
Right. Well, but I'm saying you're still that same person. It's just a matter of it's the deed that you did.
Yeah.
If that is now for information. So let me push back on your on that for just a minute, just to play devil's advocate. So let's say you found out he killed 5 people. Mm-hmm. You're now the mindset that he's now a bad dude, but then you find out later that he killed them 5 people because they was about to attack Malachi. Now how you feel? Well, yes, that is of course.
Then the switch, then it changes. So the circumstances are change. It depends on the circumstances.
Malachi, nigga.
Well, I don't say his name on.
Okay.
If you had to take a random wild guess, who that one person is?
No, because you were talking to Leonard, and I was like, "Well, who was that?"
I know.
I wasn't there.
Look at me, don't.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I know. Stop it.
I was on.
I know.
Who else? Is there another one?
Don't.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Continue.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But now your feeling changes. Is he still a bad dude now? No, of course, because there's context there. Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like it all
it's going to depend on
even without the context. Like it's always contextual based,
right?
And you may not know all the context. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you're right. And then based on the relationship, you might then make room for the context. Like I know Hakeem. And that's what I'm saying. 5 people. These are 5 people. That's why I asked the question. Are we talking about you as in the relationship we have with you now? Like, relationship we have with you now? Like, yeah, we're going to let you in the door. If no other reason, we need to find out what happened.
And are you okay?
Are you okay? Why are you out here killing people? Like, what happened?
And if it should be on the podcast, we should talk about this.
Right. Like,
you're learning.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we're going to let you in the door because if it's us, like, we're going to let you in the door. We're like, yo. Again, are the cameras off?
Right. What is happening?
Are the cameras like
turn your phones
like what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on? Like we're gonna ask that question. Now, if he just out here like randomly killing folk, like we gonna be like, nigga, but
like he can't come back.
But
you should probably move.
Like it depends on like we're saying, it's all about perspective and what your point of view is with that person. How is it that you already see that person? Because some people are just looking for a reason not to be feeling somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could be somebody that's a generally good person, but I just don't like them. But I don't have a good reason. So the second I get that window, now I got my window.
Or sometimes it's that the shock of what a person did is so odd to you that it now makes you look at them different.
Yeah, because the colors.
Because you're like, that's not even.
That's how it was with. Sorry to get back political with my Trump voter.
Okay. Mm. Yeah,
it made
like
just like
how really?
Yeah.
Like it does leave a bad taste in your mouth. And again, depending on what it is the person did, determines how you treat them or how you look at them. You may treat them the same, but always look at them different.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's true.
Because there's a bunch of people I've dealt with that I look at different based on things they did, but I don't treat them different. I just might not like decisions you made. But that's life. This is gonna happen with your girlfriend, your wife, your kids. Like they're gonna do some shit that you don't like
all the time.
Your ability to control yourself determines how you can treat them, and whether you're gonna start treating them different because of it, or you just may look at them a little different and just it kind of is what it is. Depends on the person.
Can I tell you something? I find you to be one of the most level-headed people that I have ever met. And I'm waiting for the opportunity or the moment when you're not level-headed. I want to be.
I'm waiting for you to fuck some shit up.
I'm waiting for you to be tilted.
Because I want to see what it looks like. So why? So to that point.
Wait a minute. What the hell? Why? Why do you want to see me?
I can understand that because to that point, you go against one of my like fundamental beliefs about people.
What's happening? Right?
I generally do not trust people that never have bad days.
See, but that is a belief that you have about me.
But yeah, I've never seen, like to his point, I've never seen you have a bad day.
What does a bad day look like?
Just like,
yeah, like I don't believe in bad days personally.
Wait, because this is exactly what he just said, based on the person's
perspective.
If your bad day is not the same as my bad day, why my bad day may not look like a bad day?
I've never seen. The entire time I've known you, I've never seen you upset or angry about anything.
He was upset earlier when he can't go to the dance show next.
Well, okay, so to start off, most things, as you should know, I don't give a fuck about. So, like, I didn't care. Like, you could really have an issue, and I'm helping you with it. I don't care enough to let it upset me.
Right.
So I'll sit here and deal with and we go through all the emotions, and then I'll go out and I'll live the rest of my day like I wasn't here.
Right.
Because I leave shit where it was. And when I leave work, I'm not at work. People leave work and they mad at home. They talk about it all day. I don't necessarily do that. Like if I talk about it, it's more because my wife might ask me how my day went, and I'll just say some shit. But typically, when I leave, it's over. And my goal is to have a calm life where everything it is what it is. I like to make everything convenient.
Mm-hmm.
I do my best to make my life convenient, no matter who I'm dealing with. For me, I try to make things easy for me.
Selfishly.
You have to be to a certain degree.
Yes.
I'm still taking care of my responsibilities, but I make sure I take care of me too.
Okay.
And that looks like y'all not thinking I have any issues. Because I make sure that most of the things I'm doing, like if you come to me, if I'm talking to you all the time, and every time I talk to you, you're complaining about work, you're complaining about this, you're complaining about that, you're complaining about this, and you're like, well, damn, I mean, I'm always telling you what's going on with me. What's going on with you? And I'm like, well, my son got up in the middle of the night, woke us up. It doesn't make it. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Like my issues, if I'm listening to your issues and I tell you mine, I would feel like I'm bragging. That's weird to me because now I'm not trying to one up your issue.
Right? Yeah, it's not a competition.
Oh well, let me tell you what happened to me. I got home and my mail didn't come.
Because you talk to some people and it's literally like that.
Like,
it's like I'm just trying to vent, and then you just gotta come at me because like this shit's worse.
Like I don't.
It's like I understand you going through shit, but I just didn't ask. We're just trying to get this shit out.
Real quick. I'm cool with like an older guy, and you know he does a lot of venting, and I love him, you know, because this is what's going on with him. His back, he got ailments. Okay, cool. He's like, you know, sometimes I feel bad. I'm always complaining. You don't never tell me what's going on with you. I'm like, but what do you want me to say? Gas went up. Like,
maybe he just wants to know that, you know, that you got problems too.
But then when you do it, it's like, well, got to be more than that.
Well, that's
you have to believe me.
That's on your health.
So it's like, to me, it feels weird to, after hearing you go through such a thing, for me to be like, man, I was trying to go in the garage and work on some of my stuff. Man, I had to play with my son. That's not a.
That's a brag.
That's weird.
Right. Well, not necessarily. So I can get why you would feel that way.
The main thing is, what's the saying? And one old people, you do the work first.
So what you have to do so you can do what you want to do later.
I am at the point where I'm doing kind of what I want to do to a certain degree.
Okay.
I've missed all the trips. I don't do a lot of vacationing. I don't do a lot of, niggas go on trips to Miami. I ain't do a lot of none of that. I don't do a lot of clubs. I don't do a lot of, I don't smoke. I don't drink. So I'm not at the clubs. I don't do a lot of that. And I didn't do a lot of that. I was at work. Niggas was hanging out. I went to work after high school. Like I didn't stay to play basketball. I didn't do no extracurriculars. I'm going to work.
Right.
I did a lot of the work up front to get to the point now where it looks like what y'all niggas see.
Mm-hmm.
I missed out on a lot of shit. A lot of shit I wanted to do that I didn't do. Just travel-wise. And I really don't give a fuck about traveling. Maybe that's why. But
Because you didn't.
because I didn't do it.
Right.
So it's like not something I miss. Like if I did it and then I had to stop, I would probably miss it.
Right.
I didn't do it. I didn't think about it. It wasn't a thing for me.
Can't miss something you didn't do.
Right. So I've done a lot of just putting my head down, going to work, and it being what it is. Living within my means, not over, people go on credit cards to take vacations. I don't do none of that shit.
Right.
If it took me until, I guess, right before COVID to get a credit card. Because in my head, if I can't afford it, I don't need it.
Right.
So what the fuck am I going to spend money that I still got to pay this shit back plus extra? So if I don't have it, I don't want a credit card. Right. I got one because we had to go to LA for something. But at that point, it's like, well, I'm only going to use this for the shit that I would have used this for. I'm not doing no extra spending. I'm not doing no extra shit because I have the limit. I'm just doing my regular shit. So this life that I'm living now, although it's not where I want to be, I am comfortable enough where it looks to what y'all saying now. Okay. Like you don't never got no goddamn. I mean, I have regular issues like everybody else, but it's not to the point of I need to vent to somebody. Because if I need time to myself, I'll go in the garage and I'll be fine when I get out. Or if it's nice out, I'll get on a motorcycle, take a ride. That's time to myself. Can nobody call me? I can't take you nowhere. I can't help you. Well, if I don't pick up the phone, it's not like you're going to say I'm ignoring you. You know I'm on a bike. I can't pick up a ride or I'll die. Like, so it's like, so where I'm at now is based on me putting in the work up front.
Copy that.
And now I'm being able to
enjoy it.
Just enjoy it to the extent that I can.
Right.
Again, not where I necessarily want to be.
Right.
But I'm not in a position where I have to do extra to maintain the life that I have because I'm not living above my means.
Okay.
So what I make now covers whatever I do. My kid, my wife, we're all good in terms of what I have now. So that's why it doesn't look like everything is planned out. When we started this, it go on the calendar. I make sure I can do it. It's in there. Once it's in there, it's planned. I can wing it and I can adjust, but I like to plan to make sure that I am clear on what I'm doing and I'm not double booking or promising you I'm going to do something for you. And then I promise him and now I'm going to got to make a decision now. Right. You mad for no fucking reason. And then, I don't like doing that.
Right.
So that's why it doesn't appear that I am losing it or getting out of line or I'm whatever. What'd you say? You want to see me lose it or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is tiring.
It is.
I get angry. I've gotten angry before, but it is tiring. But it's unnecessary if you can avoid it.
But to your earlier point, there could be people that interact with you that may wonder whether or not, and not knowing all of that context you just gave, may sit and wonder, I'm talking to this dude all the time. He don't never say nothing. Is he just holding stuff in and not talking about it?
Most people, though, that know me, if I'm talking to them in that capacity, know that I generally don't give a fuck. I make it clear. You've known since I met you.
Yes.
We hanging out with all these people that I'm just meeting. I don't give a fuck about these people. I don't know these people. Like, I don't want to be here. It's not a secret when we go to the Drexel shit. I don't want to be here, but I got to come because this is what you want me to be. Like, it's not a secret. Most of the things I feel to a certain degree, I will say.
There's things, hey, how you doing? I'm game. Don't want to be here. And that came for the way specific.
Let me tell you something. When I first got in the position last position I had, it was going from one position to the next position. And the manager was like, do you want to be the next position? And I was like, no. She was like, excuse me?
Wait, this the interview?
No, it's just this was just a conversation.
This conversation in there.
Right. No, this is a conversation. It's more so trying to gauge if I'm trying to move out here.
Okay.
And I was like, no. She was like, excuse me? I said, no. She said, why? They make more money. I said, but do you see any of the people that are in the position? None of these people look happy. Not one of these niggas are in here crying and shit. Like, why the fuck would I want that? Like, I don't want to do that. The people that are in my position, I see them leave. I see them come in. The other people, they're here when I get here and they're here when I leave. I don't know if these people go home. I don't want that shit. She was like, oh. I said, I just don't see anybody that's happy in that position. Now, granted, once I got to that position, I was like, oh, it's just them.
Wait, you said all that and they took the position?
Well, no, not this.
Later.
I don't understand. No. This is years. No, years down the line.
Did you finally see something happy?
Because I had just got because I had just got to the position I was in, and I was like, no, these people don't look happy. I don't want that shit. Later down the line, after learning the position that I was in, moving, going into it, I'm like, oh, these people are sensitive, and they take this shit home with them, and they are afraid of getting in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. You weren't worried about that.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
No, but I'll say this, because the trouble that they're saying is like something not getting completed on time.
Exactly.
My thing is, you and I know we're not staffed to the point where this is going to get completed on time.
So it's going to be late anyway.
The fact that you're doing it by staying late, coming in early, working at home for free, the people at the top don't know you're doing this. It looks like you're getting it done on time, regular.
With the amount of staff that you already have.
So you're making this job hard.
Right.
I'm not doing that. So when they come to us and say, hey, drop everything and do this, I make sure I say, you do know by dropping this that you just told me to drop everything, it's not going. I just want to be clear that you know this is going to be late now.
Right.
Because what you can't come to do is come to me later and say, hey, where's that? Because
you told me to drop everything for this.
Right. They don't do that. They don't advocate for themselves. So they do that and they'll do this at home at night, ignoring their families. I'm not, when I leave here, I'm done.
That's right.
Clock out. Yeah, you don't pay me for my home time.
That's it. So I learned that it's them making that job hard to a certain degree. And then I'm like, okay, I can do that. But that's not me. And all of the in-house fighting and arguing, people are petty and it's got these groups up. I remember this one time, this lady, we would walk, me and this one lady I'm cool with, would walk to get breakfast. And this Caucasian girl who had an issue with the lady I was walking with was the only person we saw when we left. We come back, and I'm doing this every morning because we got to eat.
Right.
Manager called me in the office. Hey, did you go for breakfast? Yeah, I did. Why? Oh, because you got to be careful because somebody had saw you and made it. I said, there's a window right here that you can see me walking from here. Like, I wasn't hiding. I said, now unless she's going to bring me breakfast, I'm going to get my food. So what is the problem? I said, well, can you tell me who it was? Well, I can't tell you who it was. I said, I know who it was. I said, it was so-and-so. I said, but I'll talk to her when I see her. Well, no, you don't have to. No, I do. Because now we have a bigger problem.
Right.
Because what y'all not going to be doing is talking about me in the background like I'm doing some shit I shouldn't be doing.
Right.
So you're not supposed to be going to get breakfast?
Yes. I don't know what they thought was supposed to happen, but I'm going to eat. The problem was she had an issue with the lady I was with. I went right to her desk. Listen, I don't know what her issue is, but don't bring me into it. I don't care what. Well, no, I didn't say. Hey, I don't give a fuck what you about to say. I ain't got nothing to do with y'all issue, so I don't want to be called in the office for some shit that I said, unless you're going to bring me breakfast. I said, because the only person outside when we left was you.
But did you say, I don't know what your issue is with her?
No, I gave her the two.
But don't bring me a dog.
No. She got the two. She got the two. The wagon got two fingers. Leave me out of it, because I ain't got shit. I don't care about all this petty shit. I don't do the petty shit here. I don't care enough about y'all for no. If you want to say her name, say her name. Don't say my name. That lady ain't talked to me about 3 weeks. And then she starts to be scared. Because I'm not mad, but just leave me the fuck out of it. These people operate like that daily. Nobody deals with anything head up. I don't like that. I don't like passive aggressive shit. Like, just say what your issue is, cuz, so we can deal with it.
Right.
That's easier for me.
So how long was it before they moved you out
No, we were fine because she started speaking to me again after she realized I wasn't really mad. I just didn't like what she did. She started speaking to me again. We
sound like you was messing with the atmosphere.
She was very nice to me after that, like extremely nice to me. Sure. Yeah, we didn't have.
Team is such a
We never had another issue.
So articulate.
We've never had another issue.
The waggy two fingers was very.
I did not like that shit. I was so irritated. I'm like, I'm too old for this shit. Like, y'all can see me. It wasn't a secret. Literally, you could watch my back walk all the way to the joint, and then you could see me coming back. If I was trying to hide, I'd have walked across the street first.
Right.
Yeah, I was mad as shit. But yeah, like those things happen a lot.
So was it that you went to get your breakfast?
Yeah, my son, like, what did she say? Like, what's the issue? Like, what's the issue? Like, you left the building after you clocked in?
Essentially, to a certain degree. But this is not, you are a worker like me.
Yeah.
So you're basically snitching, like, as an adult. Come on, don't do that. Don't.
But what?
Because it's just, they had issues, whatever their issues was.
So you can't go get breakfast before you clock in. You gotta get breakfast before you clock in.
They don't open that early. But I don't know what they thought, but I made sure that manager knew I was going to go get my breakfast. Like, you can feel how you, unless you're going to bring me breakfast, I'm going to go eat. I'm coming to this joint at 5, 6 in the morning. I'm going to go eat.
Good.
So, yeah. So that's why, again, I've dealt with all of these things to be able to be where I'm at now, where everything's kind of like it is what it is. Like, most of the stuff I try to look at is glass half full, no matter what it is. Any situation you could bring up that has happened to me, I'll do my best to try to find the good in it, because it just makes life easier for me.
Makes sense.
So that's why y'all don't see me, like, I guess, going through shit or whatever it is.
I don't really go through shit.
That is a lot.
Fuck was that? Why would he even say that?
I just want to see you fuck. We've had whole episodes
you gonna do something.
I just want to see it.
Actually, this is the first one where you was like something to congratulate you about.
Well, I'm trying to be better.
I know, but we've been here a while now, and every one there's been some issue.
Not everyone.
Yes. You yes.
Every single one, even the ones that ain't come out.